Bitcoin supply at all-time lows and more institutions are getting into crypto. G'day, I'm Ben. Welcome back to another episode of our daily crypto show. I'm currently in the Los Angeles airport. I'm on my way to the Miami Bitcoin conference. Got a quick layover here and then we're off there. So just trying to jump on and touch on the biggest things that are happening in crypto right now. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. It really does help us. And for any more information, you can head over to Collective Shift. But let's jump into it. Bitcoin held on crypto exchanges at a record low. So the amount of crypto and Bitcoin available on exchanges where retail investors come and buy crypto are at record lows. This is off some data that we've got from Glassnode recently, saying that people that are accumulating Bitcoin, the net outflows of exchanges are around 96,000 coins per month over the last 2 years. This has hit record or multi-year lows, and the purchasing of this Bitcoin are usually going to hodlers, going to these accumulation addresses, which we can see here on our hodl wave. The orange line is the number of Bitcoin holders holding the supply of Bitcoin that haven't spent Bitcoin in more than a year. It's just over 64%, which is a record high. It's all-time high number of people that own Bitcoin have not sold it in over a year. This is constant accumulation and constant dollar cost averaging. We're seeing the likes of JP Morgan now turning and going, decentralized finance and blockchain are real. You know, he's praising the technology. MicroStrategy continue to buy. And we're seeing the amount of Bitcoin now coming into supply is down to only 2 million left. There's only 21 million Bitcoin going to be ever made. And I just wanted to touch on a quick story here. I landed in LA yesterday and I had a conversation with a guy who literally is living with his family of 8. This is not kids. This is his mum and dad, his nan, his pop. And he and his wife are working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week to support their family. They have to generate a net income of $120,000 just to pay for rent and live. The inflation rate of the world, the economy, especially here in the US, is huge. You don't necessarily see it in Australia. Coming over here and living in it and seeing it in the real world, it's devastating, but it's also crazy to think how fast inflation is moving. The cost of goods and services continues to go up and it's not slowing down. We're potentially seeing a recession coming up with the yield curve inverting, with interest rates continuing to increase because there's so much money in the economy. They're trying to slow down the money in the economy and prices going up. But to do that, they raise interest rates. But I don't see what else they can do but to continue to stimulate the economy and continue to push money in from the government, continue to print more. And with more money being printed, this means that the purchasing power of the dollar will continue to decrease because there's so much supply. There's so much more money coming in, which only increases the cost of goods and services. This is why it's more important than ever to understand investing, understand financial education, and understand Bitcoin as an asset that it's got a fixed supply. Man, it's just like being over here. I've only been here a day and it is crazy, honestly, the way this is going and the costs. The average person here in the US, I don't know what the data is, but the majority can't afford to buy a home. The minimum sort of investment here to buy a house is like $1 million plus. That is bananas. Wages aren't increasing and inflation just increasing. Like Bitcoin is a limited supply asset. There's never going to be more than 21 million ever made, and already 19 million is in supply. And 64% of that 19 million is owned by people that aren't selling more than a year. Like, it just makes total sense that a lot of people are getting into Bitcoin because of this inflation hedge, and I think it's going to continue to go that way over time. Here's just back to our exchange outflows. We can see the 30-day exchange outflows continuing to decline, and then also the price weighted in those exchange outflows is sitting at record lows. So as more people realize where Bitcoin's going and getting into it, price is only going to go increase pretty rapidly. In the short term, we may see that volatility. We know that people are going to buy and sell in the short term. There's traders, there's a lot of different variables, but in the long term, I continue to be bullish. Now I want to touch on as well, who is the future that's going to be using Bitcoin and crypto? It's my generation, it's the future generation. I was talking to my brother, he's 18 years old, and he's talking about OpenSea and MetaMask and wanting to know how to buy NFTs. This is the future. These people aren't trading stocks. They might be trading a bit of stocks, but they're not trading bonds. They're not trading, currencies. They're not looking into, properties necessarily. They're looking into the next generation, which is NFTs, crypto, and Bitcoin. Like, this is just where the next generation is going. And there was a recent T-Row price survey. 40% of kids think crypto is the future. Now, I'm always a little bit wary of these surveys because obviously you're not surveying very many people, but I do think that the future is crypto. And, I quit school because there wasn't financial education when I was going through college. I quit because it was just nonsense. They don't teach you financial education, and that's across the world. That's what I'm super passionate about. People learning about financial education, learning about what money is, and learning that money is flawed. Fiat money is flawed, and by continuing to hold it, you're going to continue to lose. And I just think more and more people are waking up and realizing this. So look, I know that was a little bit off the cuff, and I hope you enjoyed that. But being over here in the US, only been here in a day. I'm off to Bitcoin Miami tomorrow, and just seeing the real world effects of inflation. this shit is real, like this is real. And how do you get out of it? How do you escape that rat race? It is investing. It's dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. It's holding an asset that isn't denominated in USD or AUD or the local fiat currencies, because they're going to continue to be undercut. And this is why MicroStrategy, it's why JP Morgan, it's why Raoul Powell, it's like why all the big smart people are continuing to get into Bitcoin. And I'm going to this event tomorrow, 35,000 people attending this event, and man, I'm so excited just to learn and just see what other people are doing and what other people are saying about Bitcoin. And I'm just super excited. I'm going to report all that back to you guys. That's it for me today. If you like that video, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you have any feedback. I'm very long Bitcoin at the moment. Yes, we'll see that short-term volatility, but long-term, I'm super excited. So that's it for me. I'm going to jump on my plane. I think I'm going to miss it if I don't hurry up. So yeah, bye for now.